Well, here I am. I'm in Albuquerque. Mary's at her conference today for a little bit. I'm on the base of, I can't think of the base I'm on. Kirtland Air Force Base. And I'm at the National Atomic Energy and Bombing, I guess, Museum. Here's a B-29, Boeing B-29 Super Fortress plane. This one's on display here. This has been for about 40 years. It's been on display at Chanute Air Force Base in Illinois. And since it closed up a couple years ago, they tore it apart and shipped it down here, and they're putting it back together. So it don't look like it's too bad a shape, but there's no markings or anything really on it. So I'm going to check out the museum and see what's going on. Kind of a nice day here in New Mexico. Temp, I'd say right now it must be about 65. It kind of feels like about South Bend did when I left. I guess it's very unusually cool for this time of year. Usually it's in the 90s, and the last few days it's been in the 60s and 70s. So we'll check it out and see what's going on later. Here I'm in the museum. Here's a replica of the first atomic bomb ever dropped. It was dropped on Hiroshima. It was called Little Boy. And here's a replica of the second nuclear bomb ever dropped. This one was Fat Boy, dropped on Nagasaki. These are just replicas. They both use two different styles of detonation and two different ways to explode the nuclear reaction, but that's about the difference. The result was the same. Little Boy. Yeah, this one here. This one used plutonium Pu-239 as its nuclear capabilities. This one used uranium-235, I believe it is, to blow up. That was basically the difference. One was uranium, one was plutonium. Here's models of other nuclear bombs that have been built but never used. These are nuclear bombs designed to be shot out of artillery guns. Even this is a small nuclear bomb. I'm going to carry on. This here is an atomic cannon. This is what they use to shoot them projectiles I showed you a minute ago inside. They could shoot them, I guess, about 15 miles or 15-20 miles, but this is the atomic cannon. They've only built 8 of these, and they only, I guess, shot it off once, and that was up in Nevada. Different vehicles around here for hauling nuclear weapons and missiles. Here's a B-52. See if I can get back, get a better shot of it. Quite a large plane. Very interesting here. A lot of reading and pictures and history of the atomic weapons and how they developed them and the whole 9 yards. Honest John rocket. They just basically, I guess, hauled them around on trucks and set them up and fired them when they wanted to shoot a nuclear weapon off, if they ever wanted to. kind of the American version of the Scud missile. Kind of outdated, but some people in the world still using them. Here's the inside of the B-52. I'm standing down here, and this is where they load the bombs or the missiles into it, whichever they're using. I think, not sure, this particular plane is set up to have this thing loaded in it. Sort of missile. Then I think it would, after flying along, drop down below the plane and take off. Kind of like the cruise missile does. The missile is the Hound Dog missile. And it is attached one on each side of the wing. Basically like they're trying to do here. Put them on the outside of the wing. And then the inside is loaded with bombs. The selection of the missiles and whatnot here. Rockets, missiles, they got it here. Planes, everything. Every type of vehicle that they use to transport nuclear warheads. This is the Minuteman missile. Commonly what was, maybe still is, I don't know, in those storage bins all around the country. Underground, stored underground, then opened up the doors and shot them off if the Russians ever shot at us. Minuteman. Another type of missile. I'll see what it is in a second, let you know. This is the Redstone missile. It was designed to be transported on vehicles and set up and fired if needed to be. Most of these, a lot of them are been out of use for 30 years. This one was used in the early 60s. It says here. Okay. Here's our hotel we're staying at. Man, my lens looks dirty. Let me stop and see if I can get it cleaner. I think that might look better. I don't know. Maybe it was on my viewfinder. Anyways, here we are in New Mexico. This is the back of the hotel. Ain't much of a hotel's okay. It ain't nothing fancy. But anyways, there's Mary. She didn't want to be on camera. Hi, Mary. Oh, come on. Stop it. You having a good time?
Yeah.
Good. But anyways, there's the mountains. That's how they're looking off in the distance. They're about 10 miles out there, maybe 15. I don't know. Mountains are kind of hard to judge. You see them out in the distance, they look closer than they are. But that's how they're looking off in the city. So we're out of here. We're going to get some pizza. Then we're going to the aquarium later. And here we are today. We're at the Albuquerque Aquarium. Explores the Rio Grande River from its start in Colorado to where it dumps in the Gulf of Mexico.
I think one of those would fit in your fish tank?
Yeah, one of them would. This obviously is the Gulf of Mexico. They got sharks in there and stingrays and different thingamajobs. Just got here. We're going to check her out and see what's going on. So, hang on. There's some stingrays back there. Here comes some. Look at them. Huh.
Isn't that something?
Ooh, there he goes. It's actually kind of neat because we're right here at water level. So, hang on. Seahorse down there. They're just hanging out.
Oh, there's the horse fish. Come over here. This is where we go.
Crab. A minute ago he's moving his eyes. It's a ghost crab. There's a big tank.
Leaving you behind.
What do you think, Mary? What do you think?
It's neat.
Interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Now the fishes are all above us. Can't really see much in here, but we're walking through the fish tank.
Lobster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lobsters down there. Look how big they're. Do you see the lobster? Or whatever they are.
You can look him right in the eye.
All over lobsters.
Already in the tank. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's the sharks right up there.
One down here. Clouded up. You could go. I want to get here. Another big shirt.
Here we are in the Spanish gardens.
All roses.
Rose gardens. A lot of roses down through here. Most of the same varieties as back home, it looks like. Driving through town is a number of different flowers I've noticed I haven't seen before. They're quite nice looking too. But these roses, I've seen some massive bushes of roses at people's houses. They're just really nice looking. There's Mary. She enjoyed the fish tank real well. It's pretty nice in there. We liked it. We're going to continue on and see what's here at the Botanical Gardens later. Here we're in the Botanical Garden. This is the Mediterranean climate. Got a pretty flowers over there. These are all plants that border the Mediterranean Ocean, Mediterranean Sea. This is very interesting. I'd like to get one of these rivers down here that produces all these coins. They would go good with a good money tree. Mary's thinking right now, how can she get one of them rivers?
I'm thinking I'd better have a money tree.
She said she'd rather have a money tree. That's kind of neat, that thing. There's looking out over the garden. Mountains off in the distance. The city's out there. Our hotel is just right over there. Not too far, about that direction, by maybe half a mile. There's Cupcake. Isn't she lovely? Hey, you look wonderful. Interesting plant. I don't know what it is. They don't have everything marked here.
Oh, what's the...
What? Oh yeah, hold still. Here's a little lizard. I don't know what kind it is, but here he is. He's running around out here. Mary spotted him. She's got an eye like a hawk. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Oh, there he is. This is not a zoo. This is a natural lizard here.
Right there he is.
I see him. I got him. He took off running. He moved pretty quick, didn't he? There he goes. Wow.
I think he was waiting for you to see what you were going to do.
Flowers. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, see, they should label them, you know.
It's nice looking though. Okay, here we are in the Rattlesnake Museum. There's the eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Sometimes it can reach 8 feet long. It's the world's largest species of rattlesnake. He don't look...
Here we are in a limestone
He looks pretty long, actually.
the size of an average living room.
There's another kind.
Surrounded by 15,000.
The mottled rock rattlesnake. He shed his skin. Snakes that live in northern Mexico. They are northwestern neotropical rattlesnakes. Arizona black. Eastern Masaga rattlesnake like we have in Michigan.
The rattle is made of keratin, the same stuff as hair.
Yeah, here we are in the old town. Kind of Mexican, Indian shops and whatnot. Here a bunch of truck pulled up and they're unloading all these peppers. Pepper wreaths, like, or bundles of peppers. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they sell them all over the place around here. Touristy thing, I think. But Mary's down there doing a little shopping, so we're gonna walk down and see what's going on. Probably spending all of our money. Cupcake. We're in Old Town Albuquerque. Here's the San Felipe Church or whatever. Been in business since 1793. Walking around the old town. Well, here we are. We're out in the New Mexico countryside. We're probably about 70 miles from Albuquerque. This is kind of how it looks out here. I'm driving, but Mary's steering. Are you okay, Mary?
Yeah.
Let me slow down a little bit. There's nobody behind us. There's nobody ahead of us. Cloudy out today. It rained a little bit. This is kind of what it looks like out here. This desert is a lot more, got these more trees everywhere, and this tall grass everywhere on this type of desert. It's a little bit, this is what they call more the high desert. From what I remember, this is probably 3,000 feet higher up in elevation than Las Vegas desert was, so they get a little more rain up here. That probably explains this desert, these bushes. But we're going to drive back here and see what's going on. Kind of a mountainy cliffs over there. And we'll take some pictures and see what's going on. So let's sign out and we'll get back to you. Now here we are up here. We're actually on a big overlooked cliff. This is Memphis National Monument or something to that effect. It's way looking out over here. Mary keeps getting a little bit closer to the edge than I like her being. That's a good 2,000 foot drop down. Maybe not that far. Good 1,000 feet. I'm not even get as close as her. It scares me to death. There I get over. Oh, don't push me.
I wouldn't dare think I'm holding on to you.
Don't even play like you're thinking of pushing me. Don't get any closer. They should answer. But anyways, Mary, God, don't go out there. Big feeling. Anyway, that's looking out there. Looking way all across the New Mexico desert. Makes me nervous out there. Some big sandstone cliffs looking everywhere. So we're gonna drive around, look around, see what's up. Get off into more soon in Mexico, still the same place. Walking around through the woods, or not really the woods, the desert here a little bit. There's a lot of little cactuses like this, and Everywhere it's covered with these style bushes and trees. I'm not sure exactly what they are. Kind of a bush. Mary's scared of snakes, although yesterday she wasn't. More cactus. Here she comes. Oh, there she is over there. These are what the area looks like. Kind of neat. Another style of cactus. This one's kind of different. Rather cool out here today. I'd say it's only about 65 to 70. Wind's blowing good and steady. There she is, over there. Here's some more of the bushes. These are quite prevalent. A lot of them in the desert. This desert particularly. Kind of a piney, almost like the bushes people put in their front yard. I wish I knew what they were. Mary does too. But let's continue on. Some little scrubby little flowers around here and there. But that's it. What do you think, Cupcake?
I like it, but I'm afraid of snakes.
I don't think you'll see any snakes. It's rather cool today. Huh?
Werewolves.
There's no werewolves. That's Transylvania. Ow! We're out of here. I'd sooner think people have been horseback riding or something, you know.
Be a nice time to do it, I think.
Yeah. We're on the Indian reservation now. We haven't seen one Indian though, have we, Mary?
No.
She don't like Indians that well.
You're a dork.
Very rugged up here, isn't it, Mary?
I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I'll slow down here a little.
She didn't mind staying on the edge of the cliff, but this makes her nervous. Oh well, I'm out of here. Up there's a big natural arch. See it right through there. Goes right through on the other side, up to these cliffs. This is the surrounding area and terrain. What do you think, Cupcake? There she is, isn't she lovely? Well, let's head on out. We won't hike up there. You can hike up to the arch, but we don't want to. I would, but Mary wouldn't. So, let's go. Shall we go?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're at the El Morro National Monument. This is an area we're going to hike up to, about half a mile. And what they have up here is an area called Inscription Rock. This area called Inscription Rock where people for the last 300 or 400 years and even longer have stopped to write their name in the wall. And we're going to check them out. Apparently they have an area where water is collected out of the hills, and it made a fresh water area. It was known throughout the Southwest that you could get water here. And it looks like there you can see how water's been running down that hill or that mountain for years and years and years. Anyways, the Indians and Spanish explorers and white man and everybody has stopped to get water, has carved their name in the walls. So, Mary, she's roaring to go, so let's go. We're out of here. Okay, here's the pools of water, the pool of water that everybody stopped to see. So far we haven't seen no rocks inscriptions, but we're going to, I believe. And according to the brochure, it says there's no spring here. It's just water collected from rain and the melting snows. And it just keeps filling up. Holds about 200,000 gallons of water. And people from miles around stop to get a drink here back in the old days when there's no other water. Kind of interesting, isn't it, Mary?
Yeah.
She loves this stuff. She's off again. Always leading the way. Okay, this is a ponderosa pine.
Smells like vanilla ice cream.
Smells like vanilla. This is a ponderosa pine here. The sign said to smell the bark closely. It smells like vanilla, and we did. And it really does. It has a very, the aroma of vanilla. Quite good aroma of it, too. We're going to continue on. See what's going on. Here's some of the rock inscriptions right here. This looks like ancient Indian stuff here. Indian handprints and wiggly lines and snakes and a lot of handprints. But over in here, you can see, I hope, is J.A. I can't tell who it is. Lubaro or whatever, but it looks like it's around 1820.
They have the E. Pen Lang or Long on that.
Yeah. And this guy really went to great lengths to write his name. That is some fancy cursive. E. Pen Lang of Baltimore, and that says like 1866 up in there. Neat. Oh, there's a lot more. We're going to carry on along through here. Here's P. Gilmer Breckenridge or something. He's got quite fancy handwriting. 1859. They must have really took their time to do that.
Because look at how even it is.
Yeah, I mean that's looks like a quality like in statues and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is D.M. Morrow. Looks like he's from Michigan or something, 66 or something. I don't know what exactly. M-I-C-H, that kind of gives me an idea it might be Michigan, but maybe not. The 1890 up there. Carved his initials. I hardly see it, and I doubt you'll see it at home, but there's one in there, 1646. And, there's somebody else's, no date.
So what he's trying, okay, we're not at 7 yet.
Yeah. And over here it looks like, where did I see that? Yeah, there's 1804 up in there. It's hard to believe almost 200 years ago some guy stood here and carved his initials in the wall. Here's a Spanish one, 1709. Mary's going to read the English translation for us. Go ahead.
Okay. On the 25th of the month of June of this year of 1709, passed by here on the way to Zuni, Ramon Garcia Gennaro.
Oh, I saw a sign to Zuni. That's I think I saw a sign back there. It's like 30 miles down the road. Zuni is. Mm-hmm. I saw it was like an old Indian town. It might be a regular town now, but at one time it was an Indian town. Zuni. Mm-hmm. Huh. Here's some more in the walls. 1709. Mm-hmm. That guy was here almost 300 years ago.
Yep.
Wants you to do. You keep an eye out. I got my knife. I'm going to carve us in here.
I don't think so.
Tomorrow morning they'll wake up and they'll be Dan and Mary were here, 1997. Looks like here,
Number 8.
they took their time just to carve through here.
Number 8. By here passed Andrews Womonius of the year 1774. This Spaniard is unknown. The date is important because it is apparently the last Spanish inscription before coming to the Americans in 1849.
Huh. Yeah, the Spaniards were still exploring this area, and then the Americans took it over, and we were in charge after that. Oldest one. This was wrote up by the governor of New Mexico or Mexico? Which was it, Mary?
The governor of New Mexico.
Governor of New Mexico, a Spaniard in 1605. How many years before the Pilgrims set foot?
15 years before the Pilgrims landed at Pilgrim
Yep,
Rock.
that was written on 16th April 1605. And down here there's one, looks like it's D26 something. I don't know, it's hard to see. Maybe we can't see him. Maybe I'm wasting my time. I think we can see him okay.
But that's the oldest writing.
1605. So that in how many years? About 8 years from now will be 400 years ago he did that. That's amazing how that one stays so dark. I wonder what he did that the other guys didn't do. He must have stained the rock or something somehow.
Huh.
One by R.H. Orton, Captain, 1st California Cavalry, 1866. And there's R.E. Commons, October 22nd, 1866. What is strange about these, Mary, maybe you haven't decided this, but a lot of these prescriptions, like that one is a good, that's probably 10 feet above the ground.
Right.
Now, did they have a ladder they carried along?
I don't know.
Now, if you and I walked up in here and were going to write our names, we would do it at eye level right here.
Right. Unless he was that tall.
10 foot tall? Okay. How about, let's look at this. Maybe in reality at that time the dirt came across here and it's all eroded away in 150 years or something.
Maybe.
That might be more of an answer. Let's continue. I find this quite interesting, don't you? You just lying to me?
No, I do. I find it very interesting.
Let's head out.
Diego de Vargas, who conquered for our holy faith and for the royal crown all of New Mexico at his own expense, year of 1692.
Yep. Now, Mary just read my theory of why everything is so high, because right about at this level is where the ground was until it eroded away, and that would have put most things 4 or 5 feet or so above ground. Now they're 10 feet above ground. Huh. So he conquered all of New Mexico at his own expense. I guess that's why he got to be governor then. My battery's starting to go dead.
Oh, is it?
I got another one in my pocket.
12 years earlier, in 1680, the Pueblo Indian revolt had taken place. Many Spanish were killed, and the remainder fled to El Paso.
Oh. Huh.
Okay, below the de Vargas inscription.
Some up there is W.W. Watkins, and the UPR up there stands for Union Pacific Railroad. And apparently, when they were going to build the Union Pacific Railroad, Transcontinental Railroad, I believe they finally called it. They ran a surveying crew and stuff through here. They didn't pick this area. They built it up north more, I think in Utah, in that area, up through Utah. Those are dated like 1850 and 60 and stuff, 1858. We're going to continue on. I guess here we're way up on a cliff again. Mary's getting tuckered out. I am too, to be honest with you. But it's not too much farther. We're going to some ancient Indian ruins. Something like a Zaddy Indian ruins. I don't know how much farther, but we're going to keep on going. Hopefully it won't be too much farther and we'll see it. So hang on and we'll show you everything. We're out of here. Oh boy. Still not there yet. We've climbed quite a way. There's where we started. Mary stopped about 200 feet down. They tell me it's not too much farther. I think right over there. I hope the Indian ruins are worth it. Oh boy. Kind of nice up here. If it wasn't so cloudy, it'd be really nice. We'll keep going and bring I'll do the climb so you people don't have to. I guess that's what I'll do. I'm out of here. At the top, the Indian ruins. Unfortunately, Mary's halfway down with the guidebook, so I don't know exactly what I'm looking at. I did see that they excavated these, dug them out of the dirt around 1954 originally. But this is how the Indians lived up here. They didn't really live in teepees, but these houses. I imagine they had some sort of roofs over their head made from branches or skins or whatnot. But if I get more info, I'll let you know. Kind of neat. Okay, here's the some more houses. These are more round ones. There are two different groups of Indians that lived up here. One group built round houses, and the other one built square ones. These houses were built around 1275, and all through here is the ones that are covered up with dirt. They don't really know why they moved up here, other than possibly it was a good defensive area. They could see all around them, keep the other Indians off them. So the TC Indians. And there's like fire pits and stuff, it looks like. Don't know what that round thing was for. That might have been some sort of fire pit. We'll carry on and see what's up. Looks like the Indians used some kind of mortar or something to build all their houses. They're just small stones, most of them, from around the area. But they've held together for 500 or 600 years. Although they've only been uncovered for the last 40 or 50. So, now we're going to head down. This is what's at the top. See what's going on up here. Down there. Very way back down there. We're out of here. High atop the Entasi Indian ruins. Central New Mexico. Raven. I believe they call them ravens out here. I think it's a distant cousin of the crow that we have. They seem a little bit bigger than crows, and but they do about the same thing, fly around and make noise. He seems to have found something to eat. Me and Mary spotted him. He's right here on the trail. Sure is.